Okay, now is the best parts in Genesis. I love to develop because chapter 3 it's very interesting. If you guys start to notice, there are like three almost repeated sentence in there, chapter 2, chapter 3, and through this three chapter. Actually, through this three chapter, I noticed women is the hacker, is the greatest hacker, and she has the potential of hacking. So it's very interesting. Let's see, chapter 3, 3:1. Now, the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals the Lord God had made. He said to the women, "Did God really say, 'You must not eat from any tree in the garden'?" Okay, in here, firstly, between the serpent talk to the women, right? And it has been a while, because after God created man and women, let them wandering around for a while. Then what happens in the heaven? A lot of book talk about heaven may have some kind of coup or some kind of issue, because the leading angel name is Lucifer, who's so arrogant and who believe he's smart and good, whatever. So he made a disagreement with God. Then he led his followers. 1/3 of the angels left heaven, so they became a fallen angel. That's a lot of book, a lot of old book, whatever, a lot of church, whatever they told us. What if that's a VP, a board member, or just some of the managers start to challenge the CEO? And because CEO made the decision CEO made, heavens, certain board members, they don't agree. So Lucifer could be their representative, right? So he stand out to say no. And sure, like God has outpower him, so they vote him and his follower out of heaven. It could be. But anyway, in here we talk about serpent. Serpent is not necessarily snake, but in the Asian mythology, a lot of Asian worship, actually, they worship a snake, big snake, huge snake, and maybe snake with wings, wine, those kind of dragon-like, or snake with like python-like. In Chinese, Asian Chinese, like mythology, actually, brother and sister both has a human body, but snake, the bottom is a snake. They create a human being. And Egypt, Aztec, all kinds that I could talk about, they worship a snake. I don't know what's the reason Asian time people will worship snake. It could be like heavens, or the creation, their original form could be just snake-like, or at the beginning, the first thing they created is snake. I don't know, but snake is a very, very, very interesting. It survived for like a billion years and never changes. And it can be a cold-blooded. It can stay in the water. It can stay in the very bad weather. It's just very interesting, very interesting. So we talk about the serpent, in the Bible, use the word called crafty. Crafty is more like you can't say it smart. You can't say it. I don't know. Should I say it's a bad way? It just use a. It can like achieve something through different angle or through a deceive and decept method. So, but this is also snake belong to wild animal. So you remember at the beginning there is like a hurdle. There is animals and the wild animal. So wild animal is a border. A border is those kind of border collie or some kind of boundary set to monitor, to control the whole thing. So wild animal, they are wandering around. There are all kinds of wild animal. Nobody know what kind of thing is, but definitely they have certain missions to perform. But why God or heavens need to put certain character, like a deceived method, to those kind of animals, I don't understand. Because from right now we understand deceive is not good. But actually, if we really put, there is no such things called good or bad, the human level, put to the high level, to the really high level, the only thing in the universe, good and the evil, I don't think deceive method is bad. It's bad. It's just a method. It's just a method belong to the universe. It just so I think God, heavens, they try to simulate try to apply the principle or the rules within those animals, and the wild animals try to put a different character within them. And snake could be the one be chosen. That's what I believe. So when Lucifer, when the devil, whatever right now we call it, when he left the heaven, I think like heavens, mostly their body is more spiritual like. You can't really apply work on the earth. Maybe they live in different dimension. So our eye only can perceive certain frequency. We only can see something within this frequency. So the spiritual world, you have to get into certain form or certain object, then they can use them to talk, just like a God through our breath to write a Bible. So same thing, Lucifer or devil, whatever, has to go through certain animal. It is interesting if Lucifer put it in a dog or a cow's mouth to talk. So that time I believe a snake is more beautiful, more whatever. I think probably from that ancient time people worship, I think, snake is more mysterious creature, because a wild animal, it presents certain messenger from the guide or from something. That's what I think. In the tribe, most wizard, they showed up with a snake, with a lot of feather, with bones, with all kinds of interesting expression. And I think that time, the ancient time and the tribe or people, actually they do looking for some exalting things, more extreme things to feel their existence, because life is get up, go find the food, eat, sleep, get up, eat, and then they die, they live, they feel no existence. So those kind of mysterious things, unknown things, or colorful things, exalting things, make them symbolically make them they gather in their like attention. They feel the existence. So snake probably that time, the shining scale, the smooth movement, whatever, that make them fits the symbolic things they need. So that's the reason snake come to talk to the women. And this, when snakes start to ask, does God really say something, right? So it's just like a try to show up as a very formal ways. Okay, did God really talk about this? Something you must eat, not eat any other fruit. That's actually within this question, it actually have a trap within it, because it's an indirect method. It's an indirect method serpent try to ask women. So if God didn't tell you, or if God forbid you, why call serpent crafty, very crafty? It is like the question he asked women is very tricky, very, very tricky. It's double negation, so double negative. So basically at the beginning he said, is God really said something? He stand himself in a very humble position, confirm the position, and he doesn't need to act like dumb. Oh, did he really do that? Did he really? It's kind of like that kind of position. So this time, since women is a helper, women has certain character of a correction, of a certain thing, certain women that's built in character. So women has to answer this question, right? So did God really say? Either God yes or no, or maybe. So they depend on the statement after that. So the statement after that is, you cannot eat any fruit of this place. Definitely it's a false statement. Definitely it's a false statement. So in women's mind, the first mind, no, you all your statements wrong. Did the God really say yes, no, yes, no, just that kind of logic for women. At this moment, he basically brings women into a self-judge or uncertain stage. Because what? Because you will notice in the later statement, either Adam gave the statement wrong, or either women just in a self-judgment stage. So in the art of the war, it talk about you have to know yourself first, then you know your enemy, then you win all the time. But for the snake, the serpent, who follow is actually same principle. Because firstly, when God created women as a new species, even it is a human, still belong to human, but it's a new species, and this species, it has own attributes, characters. So you have to get the consensus from heavens. So in the heavens, there is a profile, there's a files, everything regarding this woman. So based on women's character, love to do the teaching, love to correct, doing help. So snake used the correct tactic. The tactic is firstly put himself in a serpent, a snake image, which is a wild animal. And the wild animal is not like not like a cow or cattle, dog, pig, whatever those things. It's a wild animal. Back that time, it has own duty, and they not in a settlement all the time. They wander around. So he could ask this question because I'm not there. I didn't hear, right? So he can ask this question. Also, because he's a beautiful his character, women love beautiful things. So the first impression is good. So he asked, that's a very good tactic. Then women just like falling his traps, willingly to give her help, give a lot of her own opinion. So did the serpent lie? No, he didn't lie. Did the serpent give totally misleading? No, he's not totally misleading. He just twist or just use a logic made the women think differently. So that's the highest level of a deceive and a deception. I remember like this. Remember, like Socrates told his students, "Okay, I really didn't teach you anything. I just show you the key, because all the treasure are within you. I didn't teach you. Just show you the key. You open it, the treasure is just inside of you." So the highest level of a deceiver and the decept is, it's not I'm telling you the direction. Actually, you believe that's your direction, that's the right direction. I'm just the one who point, hey, look left. Hey, can you take a look? Oh yeah, maybe you should take a look. That kind of position. That's the highest level of a deceive and a decept. But in order to make this work, you have to prepare. Firstly, you have to find out who you're gonna deal with, right? Because the target, you need to profile the target. You need to have the target principle or the characters. Also, you need the time. What time? Adam not there, only women alone. And where? Oh, definitely it's inside Eden. Instead of they get kicked out. So she can access those fruits, right? And also, who gonna do it? Serpent. Why serpent? Because serpent has a beautiful shape. Well, people believe that time they are beautiful, and they are like all the image. Also, serpent has the capability, because it's certain animal are slicky, like a fox, like a monkey, like a serpent, but it's definitely not monkey or definitely not a fox, because they are too weak or not mystery enough to be a wild animal. So it totally fits like a what? 5W1H. When, where, who, how, why, what, and what method. What method is question. It's always start with question. And how he gonna do it? He gonna act weak, act dumb, act like innocent, act like I don't know. Does God really say that? Well, it's nothing wrong to ask this, right? To confirm, to verify. And everything you cannot eat. Yeah, it's a totally false statement. But under the dumb, under the weak, under the don't know, ignorant, this statement is normal, right? It's just normally to ask it. So serpent to use this kind of tactic really good. And in the future, in the management or in future communication, I will highly suggest 5W1H. But sometimes it's just too tired, you know. To deal with people, I'd rather just make it straightforward. Otherwise, it feel like tired of living this kind of lifestyle.